Welcome, everyone. My name is DeWitt Taylor, and my two adoring friends are.
Hello, my name is Karnig.
Good afternoon, I'm Ryan Nicholas Gray.
Today, our guest is Sherri Rushman, a friend to all of us. She works at the Oakland County Community Mental Health Authority and shares her knowledge and encouragement to those with disabilities by expressing her skills and personal story as guides. She has lots of great experience to share with us today and our viewing audience. Welcome, Sherri.
Thank you.
Welcome, Sherri. Welcome.
Please introduce yourself and tell us about your growing up.
Well, my name is Sherri Rushman, and I came from a family of 7. I have 4 siblings. I have 3 children, Peter, Jonathan, and David. And Peter is married to Aaron and has a daughter, Haley, from Aaron's first marriage, and twins, 6-month-old twins, a boy and a girl, Peyton and Grant. And then I have my second son, Jonathan, is married to Taryn, and they have a child, Nathan, 7, and Lydia, 3. And then my youngest son is single.
Like me.
Like you?
Like you. Crazy. You crazy.
Your mom and dad?
Pardon?
Your parents?
Oh, my mom and dad. Yes, my dad has been gone for about 18 years, and he was a great role model to me and encouraged me to do whatever I wanted to do, even though I had a mental illness. He said that no matter what I wanted to do, I could do it. And then my mom is still alive and has just turned 80, and she's a wonderful support to me also.
Nice.
Please tell us about your hobbies and interests outside of work.
Hobbies and interests. Well, I'm a big reader. I like to swim. I'm trying to get back to swimming every day. I swam in the year 2006 and 2007 every day for an hour every morning, and I'm trying to get back to that now. I love to go to movies, and that's about it. That's what I do. And I go to church, so I do a lot of activities at church and with people that go to my church.
Excellent.
What movies have you seen?
What movies have I seen? Well, I saw Noah, but I don't think they kept to the biblical message, so I didn't care for that too much.
Yeah.
I did see The Son of God, and they also didn't stay quite biblical.
Yeah.
But I've seen other movies too. I can't think of the names of them, but I go to action adventures and see all the heroes, and I love, my favorite is romantic comedies.
My favorite is Titanic.
Oh, that's a good movie. I like the Titanic.
My movie is Twister because it's a very touching story.
One of my favorite movies, Frozen.
Oh, Frozen was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that too.
So what is your current job title?
My current job title is Consumer Education Specialist, and we refer to a consumer as somebody who has a disability. And the reason why I'm called an education specialist is because I do trainings to educate people with disabilities and their staff and families.
You do, because I read somewhere you do the thing called Hope Givers.
Yes.
Explain that.
Explain that?
Yeah.
Well, it's called The Power of Hope, Hope Givers, Hope Receivers, and Hope Stealers. It's a presentation I developed in 2003 when I sat down to write my recovery story. And I prayed to God and I said, God, give me something to go along with my recovery story. Everybody has a recovery story, but I want something original. So I sat there at the computer for a few minutes and I thought, wow, it took a lot of hope givers to get me where I'm at today. And it took me to be a hope receiver to act on what hope believers believed I could do. And to recover it all, I needed to ignore hope stealers. So that's how I came up with that presentation, and I do that presentation at a lot of different places, all through Oakland County and at conferences, and I even wrote a book.
A book?
Yes,
Ooh.
with the same title.
I'm actually coming like half of the
Cool.
book.
What does your job, email, text, work, attending, training, and also teaching?
What do I do on a typical day?
Yes.
Okay. I get there about 7 a.m. and I check voicemails and emails, and I prepare all the materials for my trainings. I usually do a training in the morning somewhere and a training in the afternoon somewhere else. And I kind of do that Monday through Thursday from 7 to 5 p.m. And then I only work Fridays when I have extra preparation to do for week-long trainings.
Tell us about the program Speechcrafters.
Oh, yes.
Well, Speechcraft is a beginner-level speech class that is part of Toastmasters, which is a national organization that helps people become better speakers and leaders. And many, many years ago, I became a Speechcraft teacher. I have to be participating with Toastmasters weekly to be a Speechcraft teacher. I've been doing it, we developed it for people with disabilities at Oakland County Community Mental Health Authority. Not too many people offer Speechcraft, so we are very privileged to be able to offer it. And I remember that you were 3 of my greatest students.
Oh, thank you, Sherri.
Thank you.
As I had no ums. That was the important thing. I had
Thanks.
0 ums.
Yes,
Yeah, me too.
that's
Hey,
right.
Sherri, so please explain to us the
I'm
program design, the purpose of Speechcraft. The Speechcrafting, and slow down, slow down. Okay.
What is the purpose of Speechcraft?
Yeah, what's the purpose of it?
The purpose of it.
Well, the purpose that we have at Oakland County Community Mental Health Authority for Speechcraft is to give people a chance to learn how to share their story. Because a lot of people with disabilities want to share their story. And a lot of times we have people that want to be motivational speakers and tell their story and tell how far they've come in their life, like how far you have come. And so a lot of people come to us with wanting to learn speech skills so that they can do a good job at telling their story.
I took your class and I learned so much from you. I learned a ton of things I've learned. David?
What credentials, training did you need to have to do your job?
Well, the first thing I had to do was get a degree in training. So I got a degree in human resource development with an emphasis in training from Oakland University in 1991. And then also so that I could do classes that help people get social worker continuing education credits, I got a social worker license. And so I am able to do trainings for staff as well as people with disabilities.
How much of your work is guided by your choices?
Guided by my choices?
Yeah.
Well, if I'm understanding the question correctly, my choice to empower people with disabilities and give them hope is truly happening, because when I do my Hope Giver presentation, I'm giving hope to people every day when I do it. And I empower people to reach their dreams and goals because of telling my story of how I did that. And how I did things that people said I could never do, so I encourage others to do that as well.
Exactly.
It's important.
Yeah, it is important.
So, Sherri, what is a typical day for you like?
I also write newsletter stories, and I teach classes like wellness, recovery, action planning, and sometimes those are week-long trainings. And I do a lot of different kinds of trainings with people, along with teaching the Speechcraft class.
David?
What does your job have you working with a department team?
Well, I work with, mainly the person I work with that is part of my team that is staff is Christine Burke, and she helps me with the speechcraft class.
Oh.
Other than that, I don't work with any other staff, but I work with a lot of people that have disabilities, and they help me do my trainings with me, telling their stories that have to do with my training topic. And then my team members do a lot of things that support me. The staff on my team help me develop my materials and make copies and proofread my work and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Tell us how you plan your personal work calendar.
Well, in the beginning of the year, of every year, I plan my schedule for the next year.
You do?
And I have an electronic calendar and a planner, and I call all the different places that I do trainings at, and I arrange dates to do them for them, and I get that all set up a year in advance, and then as the weeks continue throughout the year, I add different things and sometimes change different things if I have important things come up. But that's pretty much set a year in advance.
That's cool.
Cool.
So, Sherri, so
never do that.
so do you encourage other various programs, just you, with your tasks with CMHA? Because every time I come in there, you guys do a wonderful job. You make me feel really empowered. So what's some other tasks you have to do besides all this? You have to do all the things you have to, other important jobs you have to do.
What other important jobs? Well, I'm also encouragement to staff and make sure that they have hope for what they have to do. And I participate in team meetings and different things like that. And like I said, I work on the newsletters, and that's pretty much what I do.
I love it. It's called Stepping Stones. I read your articles all the time.
Thank you.
I really love them.
What state licenses, paperwork must you do at work?
Well, I need to set up with the state. I need to apply for the privilege to be able to offer social work credits to social workers who come to my trainings. And so I set that up with the state, and that's mainly what I do.
Wow.
Oh, and I also make sure that I keep my social worker license up to date by attending many classes and reading many books to keep up my continuing education credits for the state.
Can you tell us about your job advertising?
Well, Jessica Gibson on our team is really good at making flyers, and most of all my advertising is done in a flyer format. There is a flyer that has specifically been created for my Living Hope series, which will advertise my trainings 3 months at a time, 3 times a year, and everything is advertised in flyers, and she pretty much creates those. And they also go out in newsletters and go out to an email database to the people we serve.
So what are types of various programs you do that you guys provide?
You mean at Oakland County?
Yeah.
Well, we've often offered our conferences every year, but this year we won't be able to do that. But I don't have any additional things that we offer that I haven't already mentioned.
Okay.
May people sign up for repeat classes if hopeful?
Yes, you know, a lot of times people find it helpful to repeat my classes, and they are certainly able to do that. People can take Speechcraft class several times. It's a free class, and people can keep coming through Speechcraft, and because sometimes if they want to keep up their skills, it's helpful to go to our classes because Toastmaster has dues. And also my other training classes, sometimes people just need to repeat them to be able to get all the information from them, and there's no problem with that.
Okay.
Everything is free and everything can be repeated.
All right. Thank you.
I never knew that before.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay. And I do. And so does everybody else.
I was going to learn something new. I was going to learn something new.
And so does everybody else.
Exactly. Our next question.
Well, the people that are watching, am I able to work with one individual at a time?
Well, I'm often not asked to work on with people one-on-one, but my office is open, and when a person does request, sometimes I have peer sports specialists who are people that have a mental illness or peer mentors who have a developmental disability. They're training to become peer sports specialists and peer mentors, and I was a peer sports specialist for 8 years, and I train people to become peer sports specialists and peer mentors. Sometimes they ask me for appointments for encouragement and support, and then sometimes people just need some help with their homework for classes. I do one-on-one sessions with them.
Oh, Sherri,
Cool.
what do you see yourself developing your job in the future?
Well, you know, I don't have any preconceived ideas of what I could do in the future, but I have prayed that wherever they want me in the future at my job, I am willing to take on. I'm willing to take on new things, develop new trainings.
Good.
But I don't have any specific goals. I'm just always wanting to encourage people.
Excellent.
What is your favorite workshop topic and why?
Well, I think you probably already know
What?
this. My hope givers.
Oh, really? Why did you bring it up
Why is
again?
that?
Why is that? Because it gives me an opportunity to give hope. And it gives me an opportunity to see people's faces light up when they hear what they can do with their lives. And sometimes it takes people hearing from somebody like you guys and me of what we've done with our lives. And sometimes they just need to hear that. And then they say, oh, you went to college and got a degree? I can go to college and get a degree. You got a full-time job? I can get a full-time job. Stuff like that. So that's why I like that workshop the best. But you know what? My next one is speechcraft. I really like doing speechcraft, so that's a second.
Are you next one speechcraft?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Sherri, before I close, please tell us a success story. Something you've seen over the years that you think is successful.
Well, when I think of a success story, I think of a success story that kind of developed from somebody hearing my Hope Giver presentation. Annette Downey, who you know,
I know that.
she heard my Hope Giver presentation many years ago, and her sister had mental illness.
Maria.
And she was hospitalized many times that year that she heard my story, and she took hope to her family. They never thought about having hope like that her sister could recover. And now she owns her own house, has a full-time job, and is in a very good, healthy relationship. So that is a success story.
Excellent.
Ryan, closing please.
Yes. We have surely enjoyed meeting with you and learning from you, Sherri. Those who desire to have a desire to work in these fields, serving those with developmental disabilities, a feeling of comfort, and to explore all opportunities in this field. Your goal is supporting those with any kind of disability, which is just wonderful. This work needs a cheerleader, which you are, such as you encourage people, those who share plans and feel good about the accomplishment of daily work. Your enthusiasm and joy are a challenge every day. We thought to enjoy our time together.
You are watching ONTV and look for our show episodes on YouTube.com. My name is DeWitt and my two friends are.
My name is Karnig Castle.
I'm Agnes Gray. You're watching on TV and TMN TV. And look for us on YouTube.